There is a multi-million-euro business operating right now inside the German Shepherd world. And the product they are selling is a deformity. Not a disease, not bad luck, a deliberately engineered physical deformity. Standardized, rewarded with championship titles, exported across the globe, and protected by the most powerful kennel organizations in Europe. And the people running this business are not criminals. They are award-winning breeders. They are kennel club judges. They are the exact people you trust when you spend $3,000 on what you believe is the finest version of this breed. I want you to stop for a second and actually look at a modern West German showline German Shepherd. Really look at him. The back slopes dramatically downward toward the rear. The hind legs are pushed so far forward under the body that the dog almost looks like he is permanently crouching. The rear angulation, the angle of the hip and knee and hock, is so extreme that when the dog stands still, he looks like he is mid-collapse. Now, I want you to find a photograph of a German Shepherd from 1920. Max von Stephanitz, the man who literally created this breed, is standing next to his dog Harand. Straight back, level top line, legs under the body where legs are supposed to be, a dog built like an athlete. What happened between that photograph and today is not evolution. It is not improvement. It is what happens when aesthetics replace function, when dog show judges reward visual drama over physical health, and when a small group of European breeders realize that the more extreme the look, the higher the price they can command. This is the story of how a continent-wide monopoly was built on the broken backs of millions of dogs, and why right now, today, in living rooms across America, the UK, across Asia and South Asia and the Gulf, people are watching the dog they love struggle to stand up in the morning, and they have no idea that what they are watching was entirely preventable. Let's go back to where this machinery actually starts, because it does not start in a dark room with evil people. It starts with something much more ordinary and much more dangerous. It starts with money and prestige and a judging standard that slowly, over decades, drifted away from the dog and toward the spectacle. The Schutzhund Sport, the breed shows, the SV, the German Shepherd Dog Club of Germany. These are legitimate institutions with real histories. But inside any institution where titles mean money and money means influence, the standard bends toward whoever is winning. And in the West German showline world, the winners kept pushing the angulation further. More slope, more dramatic rear.
The breeder in Poland or Serbia is not reachable anymore. Or they are reachable, and they offer a replacement puppy, which is their standard contractual response because the replacement puppy costs them almost nothing and keeps the relationship going for another sale. The owner does not want a replacement puppy. The owner wants their dog to not be in pain. Now multiply this by the scale at which this operates. Conservative estimates from European veterinary and animal welfare researchers put the annual German Shepherd trade from Eastern European production kennels at hundreds of thousands of dogs per year across all markets. The financial flow, priced in euros, moving to Asia, South Asia, the Gulf, and increasingly directly into American and British buyers who find these kennels online, represents hundreds of millions of euros annually in gross revenue. The cost side of this equation is carried entirely by the dogs and their owners. Hip dysplasia treatment, spinal surgery, degenerative myelopathy management. In countries with developed veterinary infrastructure like the US and UK, this runs into thousands of dollars per animal. In countries without that infrastructure, it means the dog simply lives in pain because there is no option. The European animal rights organizations know about this. The West knows about this. There are periodic news cycles, documentary segments, academic papers from veterinary schools in Germany and the UK specifically criticizing the showline conformation standards. The RSPCA in Britain has publicly stated that deliberately breeding dogs with exaggerated features that cause suffering should be considered a welfare offense. And then the camera pans away. The news cycle moves. The kennel clubs hold their next championship. The same judges award the same titles to the same exaggerated rear angulations. The breeders post the results on Instagram. The puppy buyers see the champion photos and think, "This is the best. I want this." Nothing changes because the financial structure that benefits from nothing changing is too large and entrenched to be disrupted by welfare concerns alone. I want you to think about what this actually feels like from inside the dog's body, because this is not abstract. This is not a welfare statistic. The extreme rear angulation in a showline German Shepherd means the muscles and tendons and ligaments of the hind end are under abnormal stress from the first day that dog begins bearing weight. Every step this dog takes is mechanically incorrect. The force distribution through the hip joint is wrong. The spine compensates. The dog's entire rear end is doing something it was never biomechanically designed to do, and it is doing it every single hour of every single day. This dog is not aware that anything is wrong with his conformation. He does not have a reference point for what it would feel like to have a straight back and correctly positioned hips. He just knows that sometimes it hurts. He knows that mornings are harder than they used to be. He knows that the stairs he used to take without thinking now require a moment of hesitation at the bottom. He still brings you the ball. He